Are you a big margarita drinker?
Yes, I like margaritas.
Okay, good. What do
This
you
is
think?
good.
You like it?
Just closer to me like this.
And you're watching Margaritas and Mortgages, and today I have Alexis Kearney with Galaxy Elite. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So I messaged her yesterday and said, will you be on my podcast tomorrow? I'd love to have you. I just saw your social media this weekend.
Yeah.
Was very impressed for a number of reasons, but yeah, I'm so glad you can make it. We always start with a cheers, so what do you want to cheers to? New friends?
New friends. I like it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Are you a big margarita drinker?
Yes, I like margaritas.
Okay, good. What do
you
think?
This is good.
You like it?
Just closer to me like this.
I love it.
No, this is really good.
So you just switched to Galaxy Elite.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Just made the announcement.
So excited.
I am beyond excited.
Awesome.
So many big things.
Yeah.
Very good opportunity.
Great. I love to hear it. I love to see other, especially women, win. I love to see anyone win, but when it becomes...
It's a little extra special.
Exactly, exactly. It's tough out there, you know?
No, it is.
And I know you're a mom, 2 kids,
I am.
So that makes it even tougher.
It's a lot to juggle.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I want to grow in my career, but I have my kids, and I just don't want to be that mom that's like, never there kind of thing.
Of course.
Like, I want to be there. Like, they're only young once, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't want to miss out on that.
And you are engaged?
Yes, I'm engaged.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Do you have a wedding date set?
Not yet. We haven't said it. I don't know. I feel like I blink and a week goes by and we didn't talk about it or said anything. Like, it just...
The weeks go by so fast. Like, I'm going to Cancun this weekend, and we planned this trip months ago, and everyone's texting like last week, like, holy shit, our trip is next week.
Oh my gosh. I know, like, time flies.
Like, I didn't even order anything to pack. Like, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm gonna
wear. And you
wear.
only have a week?
I have 3 days now.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just gonna have to figure it out. I told all the other girls, like, bring extra outfits because I didn't order anything or do anything for it. I mean, I have stuff in my closet I can use, but you always want like a couple.
You always want new stuff.
Yeah.
You like show out a little bit. That's your time to shine.
Exactly. So it's just, especially in this industry, because we're not like clocking in and clocking out.
Right.
So it just one day rolls into the next, and one to-do list rolls into the next one, and it just kind of gets crazy.
You just make a list in the morning and you just like pray for the best.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then at the end of the day, you're like, okay, that's moving to tomorrow.
I'm just gonna write that to tomorrow.
But I can't even, I give you so many kudos because I can't even imagine doing it with kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I have babies, but they're dogs.
For babies.
Yeah. They can be left alone.
Yeah.
And they're not as obviously delicate and as needy.
Yeah.
So that has to be
like, you can leave them home all day and it's okay. No one's gonna like, you don't have to worry about them being kidnapped or anything.
Yeah. So actually, you'd be surprised. My dogs are very cute, so they might dog napped. But so you're engaged. What does your fiance do?
So he's a mechanic with BMW.
Okay.
But he is looking to now get into, like, he wants to get into something real estate related and just have his own business kind of thing.
Okay, so you're gonna become a little dream team.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
So that'll be really cool. I'm excited.
Not bad to have a BMW mechanic though, because if you drive a BMW,
they're expensive to fix.
They're expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's awesome. But what do you guys do like now with like childcare and all of that?
So it's like a day-by-day thing, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, like today he got the kids off the bus. I put them on the bus this morning. You just figure it out. You figure it out day by day. And
do you have a lot of family help too?
Yeah, we have family help. You know, obviously, like if we can't, we have like my mother-in-law, we have like his sister, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Most of my family is in Jersey.
Okay.
So we pretty much, it's like his family that like, oh my gosh, I need like pick up the kids from the bus. But for the most part, you know, we make it work.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you're originally from Jersey. What part of Jersey?
Yes, Central Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you doing, I actually need to go out there because they're the only ones that have Trader Joe's that sell wine.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
So there used to be one Trader Joe's store in Manhattan that had a wine shop. Because you know New York law, they can't sell alcohol in the grocery stores.
Okay.
So one Trader Joe's in Manhattan had a next door Trader Joe's wine shop. So I used to go into Manhattan to get, and I would just like stock up on wine.
Yeah.
Because I live in Brooklyn.
Okay.
So I used to just have my boyfriend like drive me into the city. We'd pull up, load the car with wine, and then roll back out to
That's
Brooklyn.
So funny.
But I just love it so much. It's affordable. They have great wines. Like it's just what I know. It's what I've drinking forever.
Yeah.
And they also sell like the name brands too that aren't Trader Joe's brands. But now they shut down. So they have 2 of them in Jersey.
That's interesting.
So I have to go to Jersey.
Yeah, next time I'm in Jersey, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah,
I'm not like a Trader Joe's shopper, to be honest. No.
Where do you shop?
I do ShopRite. I have kids. I need
okay.
Yeah, for me it's ShopRite.
I don't know if I've ever been to ShopRite.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
but like
my go-to.
I'm not from here.
That's true.
So I'm from California, so Trader Joe's
It's all
is
different.
like our jam.
That's true. Yeah.
And then I have a Bravo across the street from my house.
Okay.
So I go there a lot just because literally
it's right
the
there.
Street.
Yeah.
And then I do the Whole Foods delivery because there's some things that I just can't get anywhere else except Whole Foods.
Yeah.
And I'm not like, it's pointless to like in the city. It takes you so long to like
just
get
to somewhere and get back.
And get back.
Yeah.
And then you're carrying all these bags and stuff. So, you know, it's like super cheap
it's convenient.
delivery
Yeah.
through Amazon. So yeah, those are like my staples. But I do miss my Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
So, do you have any family on the islands?
So I have one sister.
Okay.
I have an aunt, cousin. Everyone else is like scattered. New Jersey. I have Pennsylvania, but for the most part, it's Jersey.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So do you go back there a lot, or?
Every now and then. Like I'll be there this weekend. It's my sister's birthday. So like if it's like birthdays, we'll go back and forth, or holidays, whatever. But I would say like once a month, once every other month, I'll like, pop in.
Have you thought about doing real estate out there too?
No, it's not Long Island. I love South Shore.
Okay.
Like just the life.
Yeah.
We have a jet ski, so it's like that's my thing.
Oh, you
like,
do?
The summer is.
Okay, we're definitely becoming friends.
Okay. It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Just the summers, they have the Jersey Shore, stuff like that. It's all fun, but it just doesn't compare.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could
It
never.
is. I actually have really grown to love Long Island, and it's so funny because I moved out here, never even thinking about Long Island.
Really?
Like literally, it didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah.
And
but you know what? I think if I was like single, no kids, you would want the city experience.
Yeah.
So I feel like do that while you can.
For sure.
Yeah.
That
do
was
it
like
for me.
That was our whole point. It's
Yeah.
like we were like, we don't have kids. I could work from home. I could work from anywhere. I was previously licensed in 22 states, so I was doing loans all over the country. And so we were like, fuck it. Let's move to New York,
it's literally like it's when you're young, you have no, like once it's with kids, like forget it. Imagine like lugging a whole kid like in an elevator up the stairs, like with groceries.
Oh, I watch people do it all the time. I watch people in my building.
I don't know how people do it in the city.
It's a
wild.
lot. Or just even like walking down the street with them. Like
I'm paranoid. I will not walk down the street with my kids. Like it's wild. I'm a helicopter mom.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. How old are they?
My son is 8. My daughter's 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you. You told me that these tattoos are for your kids.
Yeah.
So I don't know the story though.
Yeah. So the purple one is for my son. When he was born, they had. So like a baby, they have soft spots on their head. So it's like openings in the skull. One of his was fused. So he had like a flat. This side of his head was like flat.
Okay.
So he had a surgery at 3 months, and they had to like cut it open basically, and he had to wear a helmet to help like shape the head.
Can I just say something? I love the helmets. Like
they're so cute. So
they just look like so.
My fiance is a mechanic, so you get to like pick a design. So we pick carbon fiber. So we literally had like a carbon fiber helmet.
God,
it was
funny.
the cutest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So opening it allowed the head to grow.
Yeah. So the skull has to continue to grow so that the brain can develop.
Yeah.
So they had to open that, and then he had the helmet for 6 months, and then from there they decided like it was still really flat, like it didn't push forward. So then he had a surgery, like they cut like ear to ear, like a headband, and like took it off, fixed it, put it back.
Oh, my
at
God.
18 months.
So, and this is your 8-year-old?
Yeah.
So you're a first-time mom.
Yeah.
That must have been
scary.
So scary.
I had him a month before I turned 21. So I was very young.
Yeah.
With all of this, it was like, a wake-up call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so scary. So were you doing real estate at the time too?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah, so at the time I was working at Macy's.
Okay.
And then once I had him, I stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was a lot.
That's so scary.
Yeah, I can't even explain it.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to go through it, and you have no choice.
I'm sure you just go into survival mode.
It's, for me, the scariest thing was, like, I literally have to trust a stranger. Like, I get it, he's a doctor, he does it every day, like, that was his thing.
But let me do it.
But, like, it was just like, okay, like, here's my baby. Like,
oh gosh.
it was scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then your other tattoos for your daughter?
My daughter, when she was born, she had a hernia in her diaphragm. And she had, like, her intestines, her liver, her everything except for her stomach was up in her chest. And then her heart was, like, pushed to the side, and then she had a lung that didn't develop.
Oh my gosh.
So they said her body was functioning in a very weird way.
Yeah.
I was at the doctor once a week, every week. Because she wasn't gaining weight.
Yeah.
And I saw in the paper, like, it freaked me out. I never told anyone, but it freaked me out.
Wait, is this
they
your
literally,
first time
like,
saying this right
yes.
now? Okay.
They tagged her as failure to thrive.
Oh.
This was my baby girl.
Yeah.
I was terrified. I was there every single week doing weigh-ins. The doctors were, like, giving me formula to make sure, like, she was eating, all this stuff. But then they heard something in her heart that was, like, weird. So the doctor was like, look, like, we're affiliated with this hospital. I don't know if, like, I'm supposed to be saying this, but she was like, look, we're affiliated with this hospital, but go to Stony Brook because they have specialists. And she's like, with the heart, you don't want to wait 2 weeks because something could happen like this.
Yeah.
So we went, and that's when they saw everything. So what they heard was a bowel movement going through her chest. That's what it ended up to be.
So you didn't even know when she was born that this was an issue?
No, because normally the stomach goes up and they vomit, so they can't hold any food because there's no room.
But she wasn't vomiting.
But because her stomach was down here, for whatever reason, and they said, like, she was just taking in as many calories as was burning to, like, basically just process and, like, survive. They were shocked that she was 3 months old.
Oh my gosh. That is
So insane. I went in and I was there for a little over a week. Because it was just surgery the next day.
Yeah.
And then obviously because the lung, like, they had her, it was, like, really scary. They had her on life support. She was on life support for 4 days.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry. Now you have
and
two beautiful babies.
You would not know either of them had
amazing.
any issues. You would have no idea.
But I'm sorry you had to go through that.
It's a miracle.
That's
it changes
insane.
you.
Yeah.
100% it changes you. Like, I feel like everyone says this industry is, like, so stressful, but it's like, you cannot stress me out more than that.
Yeah.
Hands down. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Okay, you have a water leak, let's handle it. Let's, we'll get a shop vac, we'll turn off the water, we'll fix the issue. But, like, other than that, it's like, you cannot stress me out more than that.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I mean, I'm sure that's helped you a lot in your career because this industry can be very very stressful. And it can be successful too.
Yeah.
But,
that we want it to be.
Yeah, it can be stressful. And so being able to manage that stress is so important.
Yeah, like, it just does. Like, obviously, like, I get stressed. It's not like, I'm not, like, emotionless, but, like.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
At the end of the day,
what's important at the end of the day.
Yeah. It just, like, puts all of that into perspective.
Yeah. So what prompted the move?
Well, I was working for a facility maintenance company. Then during COVID, they had to, they did their cutbacks, whatever. I was let go. And I just kind of thought, like, I need my own schedule.
Yes, I saw this.
Like,
stalking your social media. And I saw that you said something somewhere like, this time last year I was let go and I was so disappointed and now I'm, like, thriving in this industry and, like, what a blessing or what. I don't remember exactly what the words you used, but I was like, oh, she was let go of her previous job.
Yes, and it was, like, crazy hours. So at the time, before, like at-home jobs were a thing, I worked from home. So I worked from 5 p.m. to 1:30 in the morning just so that I can be home to put my son on the bus because I didn't want him to have to, like, be bused to a sitter or have to rely on anyone else. I was like, I did that. And I would work an overnight on the weekends, like midnight to 8:30 in the morning. I was a zombie.
How did you stay up with your kids during the day?
It was hard. It was so hard.
Gosh.
I would literally, like, clock out at 8:30 in the morning and then get my son dressed and ready for soccer. Why? I couldn't. If I knew if I sat down,
I could never complain again.
Like, I knew if I sat down, I would knock out. So I would just be, like, up, moving.
Yeah.
That's when I went to, like, food shopping, would go out to eat. Like, I had to be doing stuff.
To be honest, like, I'm one of those people who, like, can't stop until a job is done. So, like, I have definitely in my lifetime, like, stayed up extremely, extremely late or pulled all-nighters to like get stuff done and keep it going or meet a deadline or whatever, which isn't that healthy, but you know, I can just like get that second win and just keep going. But after like 2 or 3 days, if I don't get like a good night's sleep the next night, like I'm dead to the world. Like honestly,
I was like that too. Like if I didn't have my sleep, like you knew. Yeah. Like I was not okay. But then once you become a mom, like sleep is like of the past. No, but, I mean I sleep now, but like before it was like I was a zombie.
Yeah. Well, I feel like one thing like parents have is that, I mean, obviously a lot of times your kids wake you up and whatnot, but like as they get to a certain age, you're going to bed around the same time they are, typically. Pretty much, yeah. Right? So you're just like so exhausted from the day that.
Yeah, I usually make it like an hour. Like my fiance would be like, okay, let's watch a movie.
Yeah.
So like last night we were watching a comedian. You would think like you'd be like laughing, ha ha ha. I was like on the couch. Like I don't think I made it like halfway through.
Oh really?
Like, yeah. The night before, everyone was like, oh my gosh, let's celebrate. Like you had a really successful video.
Yeah.
All this. I was like, oh, let's watch this. They're like, no, because you're just gonna fall asleep. So we're not putting anything on the TV.
So okay, so you were working there, and then COVID happened.
Yes.
And so you were working from home after COVID happened through that job? Or as soon as COVID happened, you were let go?
As soon as COVID happened, I think it was. Yeah, it was like right when it happened.
Like March of 2020.
I remember on the phone, I was like, don't you guys need people working from home like now more than ever? And they were like, yeah, I'm sorry, like we have to cut people. And I was like, okay. And I was just like, all right, well. And then, you know, I thought about it. I was like, you know what? Like, life just gave me a reset button.
Can I just say this though? Because my brother did the same thing. Mm-hmm. People that were let go during COVID, it was the absolute best time to be let go from a job.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Unemployment
I got paid more than when I was before. Yeah, like I literally I cleared out debt. I was because you're home. I'm over here like paying off all my credit cards, just hanging out with the kids. Like we're in the back in the pool. Like I wasn't complaining.
Like I kind of want COVID to come.
Yeah, literally. I would not complain.
Yeah.
But yeah.
At the time I worked for a bank, so we were considered, what do they call it? Like a necessary or whatever business. Like hospitals,
yes,
whatever
yes.
I forgot the term they used.
I forgot what they used.
But some sort of like necessity.
Yeah.
And so I still had to go to work.
Yeah. It is what it is.
I remember my family members, they were all like at home, chilling, backyard, getting paid, and I'm like, oh my god, I hate you guys.
Oh yeah, it was so fun. I got into like a little like home workout routine. Like the kids had fun.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm sure you'll cherish that time like forever, like with your kids and stuff. Because when else would you have been able to have that?
No, 100%. Like there's no way I would have been able to like reset myself to be able to work for myself.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
I would have been 9 to 5.
So what happened? Like how did real estate come about?
So my mother-in-law's in real estate. So just from kind of having like that like example of like, because before I didn't think it was possible. Like it just seemed one of those like out of reach careers. But yeah, I told her and she was like, do it.
She's here? Or is she in Jersey? Or?
No, she's here.
Okay, she's
here.
Yeah,
she's here.
All right. So she has does she have a brokerage? Does she work on a team?
Yeah, so she's at a brokerage. She's at a local brokerage in Bayshore, Millennium Homes.
Okay.
So she's with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you think about joining the same brokerage or no?
I did it first, just because obviously like that's like a very like you could trust that mentor. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But then I went into Keller Williams just because they had a lot of digital training and I was still home. So when all the kids went back to school, I kept my son home fully virtual. So I wanted to be able to find something more virtual to do like the trainings and just be able to learn from home.
Yeah.
Because what else? Like I couldn't be out and about like my son at school and I had to be there.
And then now you switched to a new team.
Yes. So I just switched with Galaxy. So right now it's just kind of like where I want to be long term. It's a local boutique office. They do a lot of luxury. So I just felt like if I go there, that's kind of like my end goal. Like it's possible. They do it there and it's a smaller office. So they work a lot together. And it's just, they have a lot to learn from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always keep reaching.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. It's limitless.
Yeah. You know? So you just had your announcement video.
Yes.
And it blew up.
which was insane. Like, I was not expecting that.
It was a really good video.
Thanks.
You look amazing in it.
Thanks.
And it's a totally luxury video, obviously. Yeah. The house looks sick, your car looks sick.
Yeah, like my goal was literally like, I need to look like I'm on Selling Sunset.
Okay, can I just say, so someone was like, wait, how did this video blow up this much? Like, you know, and it, you know, it was just an introduction video, and typically those don't blow up that much, right? And I was like, honestly, because it literally looks like the introduction to Selling Sunset.
Yeah, like I didn't even add, so the videographer that did it, he told me like, do you want to just add the audio on Instagram? So because it helps, like, you get more reach that way. But then the song wasn't on Instagram that I wanted. Like, I had to have that song.
So that song is what makes it, I said this, I said that song makes it seem like a trailer.
Yes, well, you know what I did? I went on Apple Music and I went on like the playlist and I searched for like a Selling Sunset playlist. That's how I found the song. Yeah, because then it was just all Selling Sunset like vibes.
So it was a Selling Sunset song. Oh my god!
Potentially, I don't know like the episode of the season, but it's a Selling Sunset playlist that somebody made.
I knew it. I could like see it in my head when I listened to it.
And that's so the vision that I wanted. Like if I just, you can only rebrand yourself so many times.
Yeah.
I had to do it right.
Yeah.
And it just had to be the look.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we did it.
Actually, cheers.
Yeah, we got to cheers to that.
Cheers to you. That was awesome. Very exciting. So, you've been posting on social for a while, though. And so I want to ask you a little bit about that. So, kudos to you, because so many people, including myself, at least in the beginning, or so scared that they never do it, are too scared to post videos.
Yeah.
And you rock it, you don't care, in your car, like I've looked at your stuff. And so how did you like know, or what were your thought processes going into it? Because you're not a new agent, but you're newer, you haven't been in this for 10 years. Yeah. So you just started right off the bat, obviously, like posting.
I did. So it was crazy. Well, obviously with COVID, like there was no networking events. There was no seminars.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There was nothing. Okay. So it was like, how am I going to reach people?
Yeah.
Social media, because everyone's sitting at home, they scroll.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I have to make I'm not camera shy. Yeah. I don't mind being in front of the camera. It's always awkward at first trying to get your flow. But the first video that I did was the very first house that I was selling. And it was for me and my fiance. We were buying a rental.
Oh, okay.
So I would literally, like, as I was learning, I would be like, okay, like, it was my first home inspection, like, okay, like, I kind of, like, saw how it was, whatever, and then it was like, okay, like, I passed on the phone, I'm like, okay, like, just record me. And I explained it, like, as I was learning, I would re-explain it on camera.
So, and it would make that stick, I'm sure, too.
Yeah, and then because, like, re-explaining it,
when you teach something, I would just
put it on camera and boom, done.
That's awesome.
And it was great because the interest rates were so low. There were so many first-time home buyers that was the main source of my leads.
Yeah.
Was social media, which was wild.
People don't realize.
And if I look back at those videos, like, I'll cringe. Yeah.
So the first video I posted, so I had this Instagram. It's grown very quickly in the last few months. And I'm getting people reaching out to me and stuff too. Can I be on your podcast? Can we do this together? Like, can you help me?
Like the opportunities come with it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I started it like a few months prior to that, and I only posted like a tiny little, like I was dipping my toe in the water. Never gonna be enough to like actually get some traction. And I remember I posted my first video on my stories talking, and my boyfriend came home and was like, I just posted my first story when I was talking. He's like, oh my god, I'm so proud of you. And I was like, and he was like, listen to it. I'm like, turn it off. I
would post it and I couldn't watch it again.
Yeah.
Like I knew, because if I watched it one more time before I posted it, I wouldn't post it.
Yeah.
And I didn't like any of them, but I still did it to get myself out there, and then eventually became more comfortable. And then I started like kind of going into like the reels with like the audio, because those are just fun to like kind of do.
Yeah. They are fun.
Yeah, they are. But yeah,
I have a good friend that has a very big following in Houston, and she's like, I do one and done. She's like, I take it once and it is what it is. Yeah. She's like, people don't care that much about you. They're spending maybe 10 seconds looking at your video. Yeah. Like, don't spend more than one take on it. I mean, I don't do one takes, but the idea is just to not
just
pick yourself apart and just do it, because it's so important.
Right, because the more times you rewatch it, the more times you'll pick, like, if like my eyebrow is a little different, or if my hair has like one missing thing, like I'll notice it. I won't like it. Yeah. But nobody else is gonna notice those things. No one else notices. Nobody else does.
So you had a ton of views on this reel.
Yeah.
Did it go over to like likes and comments as well too? I didn't look at that.
I think there was like 500 something likes.
Okay,
and like 100 comments.
Yeah.
But like I was responding to everyone, so maybe like 50 comments.
We'll count it as 100.
Yeah, it is what it is. But
it takes a lot of work to reply.
I mean, you need the engagement. You have to, if you don't respond, like Instagram knows.
Yeah.
So it's like, you gotta like, you know, try and like be friends with the algorithm.
And it's always changing too. So it's like so tough. And I have videos that I'm like, I thought these were gonna like hit, and then these ones don't have any views. Yeah. And then the ones that I thought were stupid have way more views than the other ones. It just like doesn't even make sense.
It's true. I don't understand the algorithm, and then as soon as I get like a slight understanding, it changes.
Exactly.
And then it's like, okay.
Exactly. Did you see that they just someone was posting like they just recently, like, if you've realized that your views on Reels are going down like a ton, they're like retesting something right now or doing something, which is good news for you, because maybe you would have had like 500 million.
Oh my God, stop. That would be, I don't even think I was expecting more than like 300, because it was just to me, it was just a regular video. It wasn't like a reel to get reach. So when I do like the funny reels, like with the audios, I always pick a trending audio, because those are for reach.
Yeah.
And then I have my regular content. So like once you get someone to your page, kind of keep them with like educational things, stuff like that. So this one was supposed to be like my about me that wasn't really supposed to reach, and I had like 55,000 views, which was like, who? It was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, who's this girl?
Yeah, it was, especially because it was like, it was just me introducing myself to an office.
Yeah.
It wasn't just me, where it was more like lifestyle kind of thing. So I just wasn't expecting.
Honestly, but I mean, it was definitely lifestyle. I mean,
a little. I mean, the vibe was. The vibe was lifestyle. That's gonna be my new thing.
You better start making those checks, girl.
I know. I hope so. Fingers crossed.
But yeah, and you honestly, you came off like super confident in it and stuff too, which, you know, is so important. Just to come off like natural and confident. And all of that. So it's, I mean, that's a huge
And natural is the biggest thing too. Like if you seem too scripted, like it just doesn't hit.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I was making
like
the video,
cringy.
I had like kind of what I wanted to say, and I was trying to stick like too much to it, and I kept getting like tongue tied.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use this word, this word, this word, and I have this phrase. And then from there I got in the first take.
Yeah.
So it was like, you just have to stay natural.
Totally. So let me ask you this. What do you say? There's a lot of naysayers out there, right? A lot of new real estate agents became real estate agents in 2020. And a lot of people are like, a ton are gonna drop off.
Yeah, with the market changing.
You've seen a lot of success, right? How are you going to not allow that to happen? How are you gonna continue business going? And what do you think? Do you think they're right? Do you think only the strong will survive?
No, I definitely agree. You know, because at the end of the day, like, people need a paycheck. So they're, you know, if you're not working, if you're not putting in the work every day, if you're not getting yourself out there, like for me, the biggest thing that I'm focusing on right now in the market shift is my marketing.
Yeah.
You have to be that brand.
Yeah.
And I set that bar. I feel like I'm so intimidated by the bar that I set for myself, but you have to be a brand.
Yeah.
And if you're going to the office every day, you're showing up, you're still keeping in contact with all your past clients, as long as you're still working and keeping yourself busy, the business is gonna come.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So if you're so how I describe it is, before in 2020, it was more like order taking. You're taking orders where it's, okay, I want to put this offer, okay, I want to do this. You give your advice. But for the most part, like, people were coming to you. Now it's like, you have to go to them.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to them, you're not going to get any business. And then once your bills kick in, you're going to have to make a decision.
Do you feel like you have a large circle of influence here on the islands? Now that you've been here for, what, 12 years?
Somewhat. I mean, not as much as someone who was like born and raised Long Island, because I feel like that alone is a brand. Yeah. Like, born and raised in Long Island, you know everyone, because the island is so small.
Except it's kind of like a universal brand. I feel like everyone here is born and raised here.
Yes, exactly. Like, if you're here, you stay here, and you know everyone from everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
Yeah.
Slowly, little by little, I'm building, and eventually it'll be something.
Yeah.
Are
your kids in like outside activities and stuff that?
So my son's in soccer. My daughter's 4. So we've been thinking like dance, cheerleading, because she's like super girly.
Yeah.
So something like that, and things like that. You sponsor, you show up.
Yeah.
You talk to parents, things like that. But
so what are you seeing now with like offers and contingencies and sellers concessions?
It's actually kind of nice.
We're asking still?
I think for houses that are priced very competitively, you're still going to have that open house line a little bit. Mm-hmm. For the most part, I would say it's kind of nice because buyers have a chance now. Mm-hmm. So obviously for the sellers, like, you don't just like put your house on the market and it's sold.
Yeah.
There's effort that needs to be put in, but it's kind of nice because like they have a chance. Like my heart would constantly go out to buyers when it would be like 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 offers, and it's like, I'm sorry, like not this one. And like they're putting competitive offers, but it's like all they can do.
Yeah.
So now it's nice. Like right now I have one in contract. It's $25,000 under asking.
Okay.
So which is like, that's a first.
Yeah.
Something that's under. We're starting to see sellers concessions. You can negotiate things.
Yeah.
And sellers are being a little bit more open, whether they want to or not. And give it the next few months, it's really gonna, I think sellers are gonna have like a reality check, like you can't.
Yeah. And it's so hard because I feel like we push this narrative about whatever's going on in the media so much.
Yeah.
As like a country. So like, even with clients with rates, they're like, when it was like in the 5s, they were like, oh my God, that's ridiculous, that's crazy. And it's like, no, that's not. We just had it really, really great the past 2 years.
Yeah, like don't be entitled.
Yeah.
Don't be entitled.
This was if you didn't get a loan in the past 2 years, like that's on you. The rates were never gonna stay that. Like it's not anything
But I feel like
new.
that was just so, like obviously on our social medias, we have a lot of other agents. It was like all everyone was saying was like, don't wait, buy now, buy now,
we
buy
were
now.
all
Like
saying
yes, it's competitive. It's like buy now.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, I'm sorry, but
I had someone that was under contract for a jumbo loan and out here on the island, and they would not let me lock in the rate. They were just like, nope, and I'm like, and they're in the industry too, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill you because rates are gonna go up. It was right before they just did the last rate jump, and I'm like, I want to say I told you so, but I kind of told
that's
you so,
tough,
and luckily he was able to figure something out, but it's like we're not lying.
Yeah,
like,
it's like we're not trying to get a sale. Like I promise you, like I am not. Like my biggest goal is like I don't want to be a salesperson.
Yeah,
I am a human. I'm a person, and I'm just looking genuinely to help you. So if I tell you buy now and don't wait, I mean it.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is like I was just explaining to another real estate agent that I work with the other day. She was asking about like points and origination fees and all of that, and I'm like, every company is different, this is how we set it up, but like, and she's like, well, his commission is this. I'm like, no, that is not, does not mean it's his commission.
Yeah.
Like we have to sometimes, I don't know, I don't have the file obviously, but like they might have been so close on debt to income that they had to buy the rate down that much to qualify for that loan. He still might be making only this much on the loan because he knows that he can't make any more or they won't qualify. You know what I mean? So like it's very confusing and it's hard to explain all of that without sounding like an absolute bullshitter. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like someone trying to screw someone over.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's an ebb and flow for sure because on both sides of it, because you're like,
I mean, when the conversation gets tough, my go-to is always like, look, I'm going to be very transparent with you. And that usually, like, then you go into it because at the end of the day, like, if there's no nice way to put it, there's just no nice way to put it. You have to just rip the Band-Aid off, explain it, and then it's just, this is how I'm going to help you.
And people respect the honesty.
Yeah.
Too.
100%.
You know?
People can smell a salesman like a mile away. Yeah. And as soon as you seem like that, it's like, that's it.
Totally.
Yeah.
So what are your plans, like social media wise? You started a TikTok.
Yeah. So I just started. I actually just made. Well, I didn't make it. Apparently, my son made it, and I found out. But I just made a YouTube. Yeah. So I went and so my son's name is Cairo. Okay. So like I clicked onto the to create an account, and it said Cool Kid Cairo, and I was just like, wait a second, like since when did he like make a chat with my email? Yeah. But yeah. So I made that because now they do YouTube Shorts, which is like a TikTok, Instagram Reel feel.
Oh,
So
okay.
I did YouTube too, and that's the one that like pays.
Oh, okay.
So,
I keep having people, all these like marketing companies and stuff reach out to you on social media.
Yeah.
And I keep having people reach out to me like, let me boost your YouTube and help you create other channels. You'll make, millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
no, I get those like all day, like, who are you? Like,
and sometimes you're like, wait, is it real?
Yeah. Like, boost it how? Yeah.
But, so the reels on YouTube, they're called Shorts.
Yes, they're YouTube Shorts.
Okay. And so
I made that today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you just going to save your video on Instagram before you post it on Instagram and then just put it on YouTube too?
Pretty much. And then TikTok the same. My goal is to just do more professional content. Because at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure it was just the quality of the video that got that video, to have that reach. So that's kind of my thing. Like, just keep it more professional, and just boost it up a little bit. Like, if I want to rebrand, I want to be a brand that I never thought I could be.
Yeah, I love that. I love that for
that's
you.
my thing.
I think too, like, I'm trying to get down, like, batching things out because I just don't have time to do social media content all the time.
Yeah.
And it takes a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to, like, mix it where I do have professional stuff, but I do have, like, my at-home stuff too because I feel like
you have to still be a person.
You have to be a person still. And, like, you have to be, like, where it's, like, I want to be that girl. I could do that. I could do a video in my car.
Exactly.
And when people feel like they're like you and
you have to be relatable.
Relatable.
Yeah,
yes,
that's what
exactly.
it is.
That's the word I'm looking for. So I think it's good to have, like, a mixture of both.
Yeah, 100%.
And the professional stuff is also very time consuming and
it just makes your page like look a little bit better and they're just better quality videos. That's what catches your eye. So that's really my goal, is just professional videos. Yeah. I filmed a couple the same day that I filmed that one, so I do have a few videos.
Oh, good.
And like that once a month, just even if I just like post one professional video a week, then it's just pictures and my fun little reels in between, things like that, and hopefully it works.
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll see. Like, that was my first video, so like stay tuned.
Well, hopefully you'll get some follows from collaborating on this together. But what else are you doing so now besides social media? Are you doing, like, are you calling FSBOs? Are you calling expires?
Yeah, so right now,
because that's very salesy,
FSBOs,
no matter how you put it.
I think FSBOs are a very good opportunity right now. I'm not a super pushy person, but when interest rates were lower, you could put your house on the market on Zillow yourself and it would sell itself because anyone just needed something because the interest rates were so low. Now sellers are going to start seeing, like, it's been 2 weeks and no one's called me. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So it's going to get to that point where you do need an agent. You have to market your house. It's not just snap with my cell phone and put it up on Zillow for free. Yeah. It's going to be much more, involved now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to charge more for that too.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's a lot of money out of pocket as well.
Right.
To get the professional media done.
Yeah, and I do everything professional photos, professional video, like commercial type marketing thing, the flyers, the mailers. Yeah. There's a lot that goes into it. But they'll see, But I think FSBOs right now was like the biggest opportunity.
Yeah, I agree with you because people are still going to try to do it, and then they're going to realize that they're
So when you have a FSBO that's been on the market, or even just expireds, for someone who maybe they thought their house was worth $700, now it's only like $650 because of the market change. If it expired, like, hey, listen, let me re-explain the market to you, and unfortunately, this is the price of your house, but.
Yeah, it's tough. And it's so funny because I feel like we're just starting to see the change, and we're starting, like, it's different for different houses. So, like, I'm going to open houses and some of them still have, like, multiple offers over asking. Yeah. Honestly. And
right,
then
if it's priced correctly.
Right, yes. And then some of them, there's, like, no one that comes to the open house. So it's like, it's very, like, we're starting to see it.
I think with the higher price range, people are kind of hanging. Yeah. So that, because they want to see where the market goes. So I think right now, At the end of the day, you buy a house when it's right for you and your family. If the interest rate isn't the best, it will always be better. You can always refinance. Yeah. But if you're not in a rush, wait for the prices to come down a little more.
Yeah.
Which is like so against what other agents are saying. Like, sorry, don't shoot me, guys. But it's true. Like, you know, just unless like you have a house you absolutely fall in love with, unless you like if there's maybe a school district you're really looking to get into, and now there's a house, it's worth it to you, depending on what your motives are. But if you're just looking to get into a house, you're very open to what you want.
Yeah.
Just wait a few months, because right now the prices are high. They're starting to come down a little bit. Just wait a little bit more for it to come down, and then like spring market, like, it'll be it.
So that's what it's so funny, back to the social media stuff, because with a loan, it's not just black and white. There's so many things that affect a loan.
Yeah.
There's so many moving parts to a transaction. And every time I do a video, like a tip, and I'm like an over-explainer, like I really like to educate people or have them really understand, because I'm that person, like I don't want you to give me an answer and be like, what did she just say? Like I want to understand.
And like layman's terms, like just.
But every video that I do, I'm like, well, it really depends on your personal situation. Yeah. Regarding everything.
It's all case by case.
So like, for example, if they don't buy now and interest rates go up farther, even if the house drops $50,000, they may be priced out of the market because they won't qualify debt to income wise.
Right.
Or, they just don't have a savings, or they can plenty afford this monthly payment and then they can refinance it. Like it just, everything affects it.
It's all case by case.
So it's like, we have to dig deep and understand your situation and your goals and really what is important to you.
Yeah.
So we can
100%.
get you in the right situation. But I agree, some people it is not the best time to buy right now.
Right.
And that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it really depends on everyone's
like I've had
situation.
buyers, like I've shown them a couple houses and I said, hey, like let's wait a few months. Because at the end of the day, they're going to appreciate that more than me shoving them into a house when they get nervous, and they're probably going to end up backing out anyways.
Yeah.
So it's like there's no need to push people into anything. It's really at the end of the day what's best for you and your family.
Yeah.
Anything outside of that, you're just trying to sell to them.
Yeah.
Like put your check to the side. Don't think about that. Think of this family.
And they'll be a client later.
100%.
So you're like putting money in savings.
Yeah, exactly. This is pipeline. I think you have to have a pipeline.
Yeah.
So if they end up being pipeline instead of right now, it is what it is. Yeah. It's pipeline.
Yeah. Well, I love your attitude. I love your spunkiness. It's so fun.
Thank you.
I think they captured it in that video.
This is a good conversation.
Yeah, and you're the only one who
finished it. Are you kidding? I'm already thinking in my head, like I can kind of go for like another.
We can have another, but every single person I have on when we're done, mine's like this and theirs is like here. And
like
I don't
want to sip it.
I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm just like asking all the questions and they're talking.
You know what? On the regular, I babysit my drinks.
Really?
Yeah, this is just really good.
Good, I love it. Well, cheers. Thank you so much for coming on.
Cheers. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited for you.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I seriously cannot thank you enough. Like, you guys, yesterday, last minute, totally. Yeah. So obviously, like, this is you.
It's opportunity.
Yeah. Cheers to opportunity.
Cheers. And to women.
Yeah, I love it.